Hello, everyone. So I just had this thought in my mind, and of course, I'm on this Wakanda high, and I just had to speak about this because it really is something that God has placed in my heart for a long time. And, you know, when you see stuff that is just wrong, you got to talk about it so that people can not forget that they need to grow and not stay in bondage and stay in a place where they're stagnant and they're not meeting the full potential of what God has called them to, what Jesus has called them to. So anyways, I wanted to talk about unity in the church. And I'll just start off with this. If the God you serve places or gives you a sense of superiority in your particular race over another, then you are serving a false God. You are not serving the creator of the universe, the creator of the heavens, the creator of earth, and all that exists in the universe, which is Jesus Christ. All things were made in him and through him. So you're not serving the true master. And, we have to really be careful what we hold on to. And a lot of times, we let what has happened to us from people in different races to define who we are. And people don't define you. Your creator does. This is why people need to know who they are. They need to know their identity. Because if you know your identity, then you'll know his plans, you'll know his will, and you'll know how you need to be towards others or whatever. And one thing that I want to shed light on is if the God that created everything in existence, favors your blackness or favors you being Asian or favors you being white or favors you being Indian, Mexican, Dominican, or whatever over another race, then answer this question for me. Why did he make so many races? Why are there so many different people? I'm not talking, please, there's some people who are like atheists or don't even believe in God, and they may say, they may talk scientific. I'm not talking about science right now because God is the creator of science. We're talking about the God who made everything. I believe that God had a plan and it was his will for that, so that we have different colors, different races, different shades. Even the animals in the sea are not the same. So if we have a God that is so that made everything so differently, why do you think in your mind that he cares for or favors or loves your race more than your brother, than your neighbor who is white or who is Indian or who is Asian? Why do you think that he favors you? So I'm tired of seeing these posts on Facebook and social media about how, my blackness, is, this, and why you mad because of this. And it just kind of fuels this superiority. Now, I do recognize that not every black person that says that congratulates or celebrates their blackness is thinking that way. So I'm not coming for those people. I'm coming for those that seriously are always pinning black against white or making the white man to be this monster. And I'm not saying that that in history that white people have not oppressed certain people. Y'all know, I know these facts, okay? But if we be honest with ourselves, all of us, all races have oppressed somebody Even blacks have oppressed their own people. Even Asians have oppressed their own people. Even, come on, let's be real. So what does that mean? This is not a God issue. This is a human issue. And a lot of us, can't grasp that in our minds. And we think because of a certain human who associates himself with Christ, because you got some Christians who they call themselves Christians, who think that because some Catholic person decided to paint Jesus white, that's my savior, and that's the person who I praise, and my whiteness is better than yours, and I'm not gonna help you, because there are people out there who are like that. And let me tell you something, they are not true followers of Christ. They are not. They are true followers of the enemy. They are. And do not associate their fruit, which is evil, okay? Do not associate what they bear, which is hatred, which is division. They are nothing but children of the enemy, and they are not children of Christ. So, but at the end of the day, we have allowed the enemy to infiltrate our camp, which is the world. We have allowed the enemy to infiltrate our minds against one another, to the point where now there's division and there's hatred for each other. And that has never been the idea for God. He wants us to be unified, because when we meet him, there's going to be so many beautiful people there, so many different textures of hair, so many different, colors. I mean, it's just going to be a beautiful thing to see, and we're all going to be loving on one another. And that is what God is fighting for. That is why he fights for us every day. And that's why he has people in place like myself and other people who are fighting for you to get to know the truth and get to know who your creator is. And if like I said, I'm going to say this one last time. If you serve a creator that is partial to your skin color, then I'm sorry, my friend. You are serving the enemy. You are not serving the creator of the universe, the true and living God. You are not serving the master of us all. And I would encourage you to get to know Christ for yourself. Get to know him for yourself. And church, if you have a church that is predominantly white, predominantly Filipino, predominantly black, you need to recognize the Great Commission, which is to go forth into all the nations and to preach the gospel. And you are doing yourselves a disservice for not going to other churches that are different from you and fellowshipping with them. And I'm talking about going to all black church. Maybe even saying, hey, let's all have one service together. You can do that. You just choose not to, because so many churches are building their own kingdoms versus building the only kingdom that will stand at the end of it all. So I'm coming for everybody, okay, who ain't getting it together. I'm sorry, I'm coming for y'all, because I love you guys and I want you guys to get it together. And this is not just for you. I speak to myself. This is to encourage myself. I challenge myself. So I challenge you, okay, to reach out to those who are different from you, who look different from you, who act different from you. Go up to that boy who is weird, okay, and show him love. Don't let people try to put fear in you and say, oh, I'm not going to talk to him. He's weird acting. Show compassion. Show long suffering. Show the fruits of the Spirit. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you know who you are. And the only way you're going to know who you are is if you get close to the Father. Get in his word. Get to know him so that you can righteously and the right way be able to go to that person and show them love. So that's all I have, you guys. And we definitely got to fight this fight. We have to. We're in it together. All right. I hope to see y'all at the end of it all. All right. Love you. Bye.